tribunal and then the Supreme Court had decided based on a 50-year rainfall assumption, right? A 50-year probability. However, in distress year, both the tribunal and the Supreme Court, as well as the Cauvery Water Management Authority, have not exactly worked out a formula to say when does a distress year occur. How do we measure distress on a weekly basis from June 1st when the southwest monsoon starts? And what would be the formula for sharing on a weekly basis once a distress year is declared? So the core of the problem is the definition of the distress year and how do we calculate it to ensure equitable justice to both the farmers in Karnataka and in Tamil Nadu.
Vishwanath, as you speak about that, could you also help us understand when Karnataka is going on to say that, you know, they are facing shortage of water as well in terms of the dry monsoon that they've seen, and how do they really navigate? If you could talk to us about, legally speaking, where does this stand for a state when, you know, their defense is the same? Because they've gone on to state that in terms of what was requested by Tamil Nadu here was 24,000 cusecs of water. That demand, of course, could not be met out, and they've gone on only to give 5,000 cusecs of water. So how do you look into that?
Well, if you release at 24,000 cusecs, you're releasing roughly 2.2 TMC feet. That would mean that in 15 days, you're essentially emptying out KRS as a dam with the current storage that it has. That is in no way tenable. Karnataka can't simply afford to neglect all the farmers in the KRS dam command area, as well as the drinking water security for Bangalore.
Right.
Depending on the water there, right? So therefore, again, it's a question of how
right.
you define a distress year, because Tamil Nadu's demand is based on the allocation that has been done by the Supreme Court. But the Supreme Court has also said that in the distress year, a pro rata formula will be worked out. What should be the dimensioning of the pro rata formula is left to the Cauvery Water Management Authority. They should announce that pro rata formula, and then, therefore, justice would be done to both sets of farmers.
Right, S. Vishwanath, we appreciate you joining us on the broadcast and helping us give your perspective and also drawing things into perspective for our viewers as well. But for the moment, we're going to leave it at that. But continuing to track the story, in fact, breaking development that's coming in over the same in the Cauvery water tussle, that the Supreme Court has agreed to hear the matter on September 6th. So that's the breaking development that's coming in for the moment. I'm taking that across to my colleague Deepak, joining me live on the broadcast. Deepak, this is, of course, a significant development as we speak about this. Can you give us more details with the fact that the Supreme Court has agreed to hear the matter on September 6th?
That would be what Karnataka government would be hoping, that there would come some sort of relief, because as far as protest is concerned, it's continuing unabated. We've seen a night-long protest as well by farmers, led by Darshan Puttanaya, the MLA from Melkote, of course, who's been backing the Congress party. But at this point in time, he's saying that he's standing by the farmers. There's no way that Karnataka government should be releasing this water. We've seen some Congress MLAs say that too. Whether there'll be any sort of relief from the Supreme Court remains to be seen, because now a review is also being filed at the Cauvery Water Management Authority. 5,000 cusecs was the order. They're hoping that it's brought down a little further, considering the lack of rainfall. Last night there was a little bit of rains around Mandya. Whether it will continue in the days to come is what remains to be seen, considering that it has been one of the driest Augusts that the city of Bengaluru, surrounding areas, even the Cauvery basin has probably witnessed in decades. And on the last day of August, there was a little bit of rainfall, but of course it does not match up to the amount that you usually get during the monsoon season. So while, of course, it has been declared a distress year, the amount of water that has been let, or rather how much of water that remains in the reservoirs is much lesser than the previous years. It has been, of course, established in the top court with the CWMA as well. But Karnataka not happy, the farmers not happy, the protests are continuing, the politics continues. We'll really have to see how things unfold in the next few days, especially with the Supreme Court now taking this matter up.